Headed into the mighty Costco to get me some brisket.
I'm here at the brisket bin. They got a good supply on hand. I'm looking for about a 12 to 15 pound brisket. I look for is good fat content in the meat. This one looks pretty good. I got a great price, $2.99 a pound. The packages are actually marked $2.89 a pound. So these look pretty good. This one's a little bit big, 19.25 pounds. I've never seen one that big. So this one's 14.95. This one's 17.4. A little bit bigger than what I wanted, but it's got a lot of fat in it. I just like to look at the edge of these two, see what I don't like too thin an edge on the side here, but most of them are like that. That block here, I'm gonna pick this one right there. Since I didn't have to get much, just brought the bike. Hopefully it won't bleed all over my jacket. Forgot to mention, this is USDA prime beef for $2.89 a pound. Okay, what I'm going to do is trim this fat cap down about 1/4 inch and cut out this heavy fat vein right through the middle of the point and the flat. This is the point, the flat here. And I'm also going to, there's not much on the bottom, but any of this sinew down here, this little slimy, shiny little skin stuff, I'll take that off too. And I'll get some of this fat off here. So, start by cutting back some of this fat cap. So there, not the prettiest job, but it'll all be good. I'm going to season this with your basic Texas rub, which is black pepper, horseback pepper, and kosher salt. Half and half. I'm low on pepper, I might need some more, but you get the idea. Cook that little piece up for some burnt ends. Alright, I'm going to let that sit out overnight. Cover it up, let it sit out overnight, and then I'll start the smoker first thing in the morning. Okay, I got the fire started about 3:30 this morning. It's about 4 o'clock. Got the temperature up to about 250 degrees. Right about there. See how it's looking here. Ooh, yeah, looking pretty good. I like to put a little water in the bottom. This is a reverse flow smoker. You got the firebox here. There's a hole at the top. There's a plate that's welded all along this edge here. Stops about here. So the heat and the smoke travel underneath that plate, come out around, flow across the cooking rack and out the chimney. I'm going to put a probe in the meat so I can start keeping track of its temperature. Got this handy dandy Ready Check barbecue remote set. This one I keep in the house. This one stays at the smoker. See, they sync up. So up to 149 degrees in about 3 hours and 45 minutes. I'll let it go till it's about 165 and then I'll pull it and wrap it. I'm going to start spraying my apple juice about every 15-20 minutes. Okay, we've hit 165 degrees, so I'm gonna pull this out and wrap it in parchment paper. And put it back in. I've tried parchment paper and foil. Don't really see much difference. They say parchment paper or butcher paper keeps the bark a little crispier. So I'm using parchment paper this time, and I put it on a pan because I want to catch any drippings that come out from here on. 9 hours in, we're up to 190. We'll be pulling it out at 200. Normally you have a stall around 170, which takes quite a few hours, but it seemed to work through that pretty quick. So probably be another hour or two, should be done. See how it's looking. That's it in the parchment paper. Hit 190 degrees. It's 1 o'clock. And it's finally time for a beer. It's got to be 5 o'clock somewhere. Here's to Brisket. The brisket is done. It's just over 200 degrees. So I'm going to pull it out and wrap it up in some towels and put it in a cooler for 2 hours before I cut it up. this will let it rest, reabsorb all those juices, and we'll be good to go. Okay, it's that magic moment. We're going to unwrap this brisket and see how we did. I once made the big mistake of not setting this in some kind of a pan to get the juices, and went all over the place, which was not as bad as just losing the juices. So make sure you put a pan under it when you unwrap it. I'm just going to cut this open. Oh yeah. Lots of juices. I don't think moistness is going to be a problem. Yeah. So I was hoping for more au jus, but that's maybe a half a cup at the most. Big deal. But that stuff's like liquid gold if you can keep it for warming up later for sandwiches. That's what I use it for. Since there's only two of us with a piece of meat like this, it lasts us a month. So I slice it and freeze it up, and ooh, yeah. Save that, what little bit of that there is for later. All right, and I'm just gonna slice up a couple of pieces. On a previous episode, the bottom reveals the direction you want to slice. So the grain in this goes at a kind of a 45-degree angle to this corner. So we slice along that way. Bella, you don't like this. Now when you get up to the point up here, which is about up to here, you want to turn the other way if you leave the point on the flat. So that looks pretty good. Maybe a little dry on the end a little bit, but inside here I know it's a little juicier. Yeah, I'll just pour some of that extra juice on there too. Yeah, it looks pretty juicy to me. Got a nice little smoke ring on the bottom. Just tugs apart like it's supposed to. It's not supposed to fall apart. It's supposed to have a little tug like that. So I think I'd call this a success. That's the first prime cut I've used, and it's well worth it if you go to Costco. That's the only place I've been able to find it. So, brisket, it's what's for dinner.